She is lucky enough to be joining us again this year. Miss Beal will be joining us as well as part of our team. She's not here tonight, but she will be here. So thank you to all of you for being here. We're going to start foundational stuff here, kind of your introductions here, and then we will break out in groups so that you can get kind of more of the specifics and have that one-on-one with the teachers, with who you'll be working with and who can give you those extra questions and fill you in on some of those details. So is it recording now? Thank you. And I'll try and stick to my script so that I don't go off. The cost, you guys don't have to pay, just in case you didn't know that. You are working, so we don't pay you either, but you don't have to pay, so there is no cost for you. The camp, if you haven't been, how many have been to science camp before as a chaperone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look around, keep your hands up. Those are who you're going to want to go to, because they're the ones that are going to know what you're getting into. But I thank you for coming back, so you must have had a positive experience, or you were wrangled in and they really needed you. So either way, I appreciate you for being here. How many of you have had a student that's gone through science camp? Okay, so some of you have had that as well. Very good. So you probably have some background and some information on that. If you didn't know, it is in Occidental, outside of Santa Rosa, kind of in that Napa area. The students are in cabins with school groups, and then they break out into what we call nature groups or animal groups. You must ride on that very long bus ride to and from. If you are a chaperone that cannot go on the bus, you cannot be a chaperone. I understand for some people it is very difficult, but it is one of the requirements as chaperone to ride the bus. No exceptions. Medical exceptions do not count, then you're not able to be a chaperone. So I want to make sure I make that very clear. Chaperones are also with the students in the cabins at all times. Females and girls are in girls' cabins, and of course males and boys are in boys' cabins. The showering will be happening before breakfast usually, or at nighttime. That's going to be something that you're going to be working out with a schedule with your cabin groups. When you shower, I don't know, good luck. I have no idea. Maybe your breaks, but hopefully you work yourself into that schedule, especially with the girls. This is camp. We're there to camp. We're not there to primp and do makeup and those kind of things. We're in and out of there. There are a lot of people that need a shower, so it's going to need your assistance in helping them to kind of push through. And that goes for boys too. I know my son likes to take very long showers. He gets distracted in there, and then before you know it, time's gone on. So we want to get them out of there too. So you can divide it up. If you're someone like me, you might take a shower at night, and that can help you in the morning. So you can divide up your group and see, or rotate that. Some of you take them at night, some of you take them in the morning, however you want to be able to do that. You also are going to want to maintain order and discipline in the cabin, but this is going to be a little bit more up to you in really doing that and how you want to establish that groundwork, but you're going to want to establish it early. The earlier on those expectations are set, the easier it's going to be for you in that week. It's 4 days, but 4 days can seem like a long time if you are struggling maintaining that order in that cabin. Really stick to lights out. You really want to do that. The first night, they tend to stay up a little bit later because they're having fun and they're excited and they can't get to sleep, their anxiety. Or it's the opposite, they're really homesick and having a hard time. And you want to be there to, be sympathetic with them, but you really want to try your best to keep that routine, especially that first night. It's going to be very difficult. The next day will be very busy and very packed, and they will have a hard time if they're not getting their sleep. So try and stick to when those lights out are. The days are pretty strenuous, but very fun, and they're packed. So some of the activities are a ropes course, which is kind of like a challenge course. Doesn't mean physically there are ropes there for every activity, but they are challenge courses. During the challenge courses, as a chaperone, we're going to work really hard to encourage students to do what they can. It doesn't mean they have to complete the challenge course. One of them, for example, is a pole, and you climb up a very tall pole, a telephone pole. And once you climb on that, you are strapped in and you have the belays and everything. You're to stand on the top of that pole and then jump off and try and ring a bell. For some students, standing on the pole is hard anyways. Bottom line, that's a difficult thing to do. It's not one that a lot of kids are able to do because it is very difficult. But some of them, it is just very scary for them. If it is, they say, no, I'm not doing it. Encourage them just